All right, so we will go ahead and get started with our Girls Takeover Tech session. Thank you for being with us. Today we're going to be talking with Miss Christy Slade, and Miss Christy works at Fairystone Fabrics. Christy, thank you for being here with us today.
You're welcome.
And we
Thank
have
you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. And we have Mr. Chris Rojas here with us too. We may have some participants coming in and out, so we just ask that you please stay muted until the end when we ask questions. That way we just eliminate any background noise. And my name is Ashley Pryor, and I'm the outreach recruiter here at ACC. So, all right, Christy, we have some questions for you. If you will, I've already said your name, but just please introduce yourself. And if you will just tell us a little bit about Fairystone Fabrics, how long you've been there, what your role is.
Okay. I'm Christy Slade. I'm the head entry-level trainer for operators and threaders here at Fairystone Fabrics. Let's see. Some fun facts about Fairystone. We make fabric for like Velcro, headliners for cars, radar dispersion fabric. We make hospital gowns, PPE, since COVID's been going on. Filtration, water filtration for third world countries. We make fabric for that.
Wow.
Gore-Tex material for high-end performance jackets. My job here is I am everything. I do everything. Whatever they need me to do, I do.
That's a fact.
Training people to being mediator between fellow coworkers, to working on machines, to just wherever they need me at for that day, I am there.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And how long, did you say how long you've been at Fairystone?
I've been at Fairystone 5 years as of June 15th, 2020, this year.
Very good. Okay, 5 years. All right. Well, just tell us, Christy, what's an average day like for you? What do you do on a daily basis? And hours, like what's your hours like?
My hours, I work from 8 to 4.
Okay.
In that 8 hours, I'm doing anywhere from operating on the machine, operating on the warps, threading machines, going behind other people, helping other people. I do it all. My day is hectic.
Yeah.
There's never 8 hours a day that I come to Fairystone that is not hectic.
Oh, wow. So you have a really fast day.
Yes.
It flies by.
Yes.
And are you Monday through Friday? Like, do you work on some weekends or?
Yes, I will work weekends. Since I'm in training to become a fixer. When you're in training, they tend to not like people, like the trainees, to work the weekends so they can rest up and prepare for the next work week.
Okay.
But once I'm finished with training, I'll go back to working weekends as well.
Okay. Very cool. All right. And for those who may not know that are joining today, can you just tell us where Fairystone Fabrics is located? Is it right in our backyard?
Yes, right in the backyard. It's in the cut a little bit, but it's right up there. If you're familiar with Burlington or Alamance County and Glen Raven Mills, then we are right behind Glen Raven Mills. If you just keep on trucking down Park Avenue and come to the yield sign, and you keep straight to the yield sign, you will see Fairystone Fabrics right there on your right.
All right. Very good. All right, so I know we talked about some questions, and we'll go ahead and ask some more of those. If you will, can you just tell us how you got started in your career?
I got started in my career pretty much the unorthodox way. I young and dumb, I made a mistake. So I took that mistake, and it looks like I've turned it into a career. So that's good.
Yeah, and now you're doing big things 5 years later, still there.
5 years later, yes.
Okay. Is there something that interested you in going into this career, or I mean, did you ever think you would be working at Fairystone, or ever had an interest in the type of projects you guys do?
At first, this was just a job. Like I said, I made a mistake, so I needed to find a job. Now that I've become employed with Fairystone and found out the different stuff that Fairystone makes, it's interesting to me because it's like I said, We make fabric for stuff that is overlooked, everyday stuff.
Right.
The Velcro, the headliners for the cars.
Mm-hmm.
And one headliner stuck out to me when I first started working with Fairystone. It was the fact that we make a headliner for an $80,000 car, which is a Lexus. So
Wow.
I'm like, huh, yeah, I can do
Very
that.
cool.
Put
Yeah.
my name on an $80,000 car just because I made the cloth for the interior. Yes, I feel happy about doing that.
Right.
That made me want to make this a career.
Okay. Well, and you think it's little things that we don't think of that are, it's everything, that you make. You don't think about, the cloth in a car, the fabric in a car, you know what I mean? But you have to have that.
Right.
And here you are working that. So, okay. What skills do you feel are most critical to succeeding in your industry?
Eye-hand coordination.
Coordination. Can you elaborate? Can you tell me what you do with that?
From the operators, they have to have eye-hand coordination. Some of the lighting is not that great, but you're dealing with machines and you have metal, and the lighting in the metal it reflects. So you have to have a little eye-hand coordination to slide that end over, to put that end in. Sometimes you might have to cock your head to the side, close one eye.
Right.
From threaders threading the machines, you really need eye-hand coordination with that. Fixers, mechanics, every position in here requires eye-hand coordination.
Right. That's good to know. Okay, so you've been at Fairystone for 5 years. You're currently training others. You're moving up in your position. What advice would you give to a young woman who's thinking about entering your industry for the first time?
You're gonna have frustrating days. Take that frustration and use that frustration to better yourself. Do not give up. You're gonna face negativity. When that negativity comes, turn it into a positive.
That's great advice. Because everybody starts new somewhere,
Yeah.
You have to network and get to know people. You're not expected to know exactly what you're doing at that first day. So that's good. Get to know each other, be patient, work, understand that you're new to this, but it's not going to be like this every day.
Yes. Us women, we were blessed with one thing, and that was patience.
Yes. Chris.
Preach it, sister, because I don't have it.
Okay. Well, answer this for me. What are some of the main challenges for women working in a male-dominated field today? What do you think those are?
Main challenges. Being told that you don't know what you're doing. That's the main challenge. Other challenges, they're really small. But that's the one that really sticks out. Being told, oh, you don't know what you're doing, or oh, this is a man's job. And like I said earlier, there's only 2 positions at Fairystone that are really for a man to do.
Right.
Everything else, we can.
Right. Now, have you ever been told that in this field? Has anybody told you that?
Yes.
Have you experienced that?
Yes.
You have. Well, they don't know who they're working with.
I'm the little engine that could.
There you go. You got to keep pushing. That's right.
I'm going to keep pushing.
So, you hear factory, maybe working in a mill, that might not be the most appealing thing somebody might hear. But what are the biggest misperceptions that women have working in your industry?
Working in my industry, like I said before, play off the other question. Oh, that's a man's job. You're a woman. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to do this. Or let me show you. Or no, you got to do it this way. And I'm like, okay, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. They tell us that growing up, that old saying. So there's more than one ways to get from point A to point B.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, and everybody, like what we were just saying, you have to start new somewhere. Do you have any advice for finding a mentor in this field? Do you recommend having a mentor?
Yes. When you Fairystone offers positions as operators, threaders, fixers, mechanics, and supervisors. When you're going up, the fixers and mechanic, they're mainly more male dominated than the operators and threaders. When you step up to that fixer mechanic, find you somebody that you know is genuine and wants to see you succeed. When you find a person like that, make them your mentor.
Right.
Pick their brain for all the information that they have. And if they're going to work for you, they're going to make sure you succeed. And like I said, I have 2 mentors. And they're making sure they're pushing me every day. They let me make mistakes. Then they come back around and be like, well, you know, you could have did it like this. They show me. And then I'm like, okay. The next day I'll be like, well, what they showed me and what I did, I've mixed it up and put 2 things into one. I made it work for me. So we collab and come up with new ways and new ideas on how to do things and what's going to work. So a mentor is good, especially when you're going into those positions where they are really male dominated.
Right. Because that could be intimidating. That could be a little scary for women going into that field. And
well, you know, it is intimidating, but you have to turn it around. So now I have people. Now I am intimidating some people because of my skill set, my mindset, my work ethic. So now it's kind of reverse.
Right.
And if I would have given up, I wouldn't have been able to make that role change, make that reversal right there. If I gave up, I'd still be doing nothing. You know,
you would just kind of come to work and then go.
Yeah, pretty much. But other than that, I haven't given up, and I don't plan on giving up.
Let's see. I had a question. What might those 2 positions only for men be?
Hanging warp and doffing the machines. Hanging warps because the bar that goes in the warps, the rod, that can weigh anywhere from 80 pounds to 100 pounds.
Okay.
And the process is more physical than the other jobs.
And is that WARP? Is that how you say that? Warp? Is that how you spell that? I'm writing it down. And you said the other one was?
Dolfer. They doff the cloth when the machines are finished running and the racks are met for the required racks are met. They doff the machine. Those
and how do you spell that?
DOFFER.
Okay. Doffer. Okay. So that's very heavy, you said?
Yes.
Or it is very heavy. Okay.
It's the 2 most physical jobs in here.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Good question. I see that came from ACC. All right, let's see. We're doing good for time. Well, let's see. So you've kind of said you've become somebody that's become intimidating. Here you are, a strong woman in the workforce, doing well in your role, people coming to you. Are you personally involved in any initiatives or programs currently at Fairystone, or have you been asked to be on any kind of leadership initiatives, or, obviously men look up to you now, come to you for assistance and ask questions. I see you kind of laughing.
I come to her all the time.
He does. Initiatives. I guess I could say I'm the initiative right now. I'm showing that, basically I'm showing a lot of my female coworkers that just because they tell us that we can't do this job, we actually can do this job. And sometimes I'm doing it better than my male coworkers.
Yeah. Okay.
And then doing things like this for you guys, for the CAP program, trying to a younger pair of legs and eyes of women to come into this workforce. Just because, say, textile, working for a mill, it's a job.
Right.
And you can make an impact in that.
Exactly.
Working at McDonald's.
That's right.
You just have to have that mindset.
Right. Now, bouncing off of that last question, it was asked, are there any jobs that women are especially suited for at Fairystone? Or can they pretty much do everything other than
you can pretty much do everything. everything except for warp hanging and dolphing.
Okay. All right.
You know,
There you go.
One thing I'll throw in there to that, Christy, is the operator and threader world that Christy trains. You mentioned earlier the patience. Patience is such a big part of that. So we have great success. Most of our operators are females, right, Christy?
Yeah.
And there's a really strong connection there. That attention to detail, that patience.
Right.
Christy, how many guys have you tried to train in that role and they get frustrated and can't handle it?
Oh wow.
A lot. It's probably about 4. I had 4 like that. 4 male trainees that were something.
Yeah. They need the patience.
I had to have the patience.
Well, and like you said, that skill, the hand-eye coordination as well. I mean, if you're going to do good at your job and do it, and you know what you're doing in that role, you have to take the time to have that hand-eye coordination and then the eye for detail. So you got to have patience with that. Okay. Cool. All right. We're doing good for time. Let's see. We got a couple more questions. Do you think there is a significant barrier to female leadership? Like, I'm sure you could see yourself, in a leadership role, more of a leadership role as you're going. I mean, you're making progress 5 years there. I mean, do you think there's any barriers to female leadership?
The only barrier to female leadership would be from my male counterparts. Like some of them, they want to see me progress, and some of them want to see me degress, and I'm the ones that want to see me do bad. I take that and I turn it around.
Right.
The ones, really and truly, I do have people my coworkers who look at me as a leader, even though I'm technically not a leader, but the position I'm in as being as far as the head entry level trainer, I have the quality department comes to me, Chris comes to me, I have supervisors on off shift that come to me and ask me for advice, ask me for help. So in a way, without the title, I'm in a leadership role.
Right.
But I am working my way to the title of becoming a leader, having the supervisor behind my name, the plant manager behind my name,
easy.
The owner behind my name. I don't want his job, but hey, it sounded nice.
Sure.
That's funny. Okay. Well, that's good. So you've told us a little bit about, well, pretty much everything. It's very impressive what you've done there at Fairystone. I guess let me ask, since this is a Girls Take Over Tech event and we're inspired by many important women, are there any women that inspire you to do your role every day in your job, and tell us why?
My mother and my grandmother. My mother, because of her work ethic, she retired from Duke 30 plus years at university. So, and her job position with her education level, she went far. Her job position required a college degree. My mother only had a high school diploma, and she was there and retired from there for 30 some years.
Wow.
So I mean, anything is possible.
Right.
My grandmother, because she was in the textile industry all her life. That's all she's known was textile. Unfortunately, she passed away 2 years ago.
Okay.
So, but those are my 2 main role models.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you're making both of them extremely proud.
I am.
Yeah, you know it. Strong female leader in the world, so that's great. Well, before we start to wrap up, Christy or Chris, is there anything you would like to add, or anything about Fairystone Fabrics you'd like to add before we go into the questions, if we have any from our participants?
No, I think Christy did a great job today. One thing about our company is we are growing. We are looking for people who are interested in coming to join us. Hopefully, Christy's given a good perspective today about some of those growth opportunities that we have. But if you're there and curious, I challenge you to come see us. We'd love to show you around, get to know you, let you meet Christy. She's a very powerful person. Just sitting with her, you learn a lot. I learn something every time we talk. So come see us.
Yeah. All right. Well, I would like to point out before we if we do have any questions, there is a keyword today from our session that could potentially have you win a prize. You just need to go back to the main exhibit hall on the Girls Take Over Tech website, and you can enter the keyword headliners. That's HEADLINERS to potentially win a prize. And again, our word is headliners. So do we have any questions?
Come on, don't be quiet.
Or if you guys are waiting to hear questions, if there's anything that you can think of, and maybe once we get through this strange times of COVID, do you guys have tours of Fairystone that you could do for any females that are interested, or anybody really?
Yeah, so that's one thing about manufacturing too that's different. About 10 years ago, it used to be very quiet and guarded and walls up. Nobody wanted you to know what we did. It's very different now. We open up our doors for applicants, for anybody that wants to come tour, high schools, folks through ACC. We want to show everything we can do and continue to be a good employer.
Okay. We did have a question come through. How are the benefits there at Fairystone?
Christy, you want that one, or you want to do
it? I'll take it. The benefits are good here at Fairystone. Like, we're in the top 1 percentile as far as the health insurance goes.
Oh wow, that's important.
Like I said, it's a family-oriented place. It's twice a year they'll give us a bonus. We get a bonus for the 4th. We get a bonus for Christmas. Twice a year, depending on the business, we might shut down for 2 weeks. 1 week for the 4th, 1 week for Christmas. Benefits. What are some more benefits of working here? Oh, we work anywhere from 6 to 7 days. So overtime. The pay is $12 to $20. Depends on the knowledge, the job position. Other than that,
it sounds pretty good.
We have an open door. Like I said, the management here, they have an open door policy. Benefits, I like it. You come to Fairystone, I guarantee you'll be like, this is the best place I've ever worked for.
Yeah.
Just the atmosphere and the environment alone, it'll make you feel welcome. Yeah. Like any place, you'll have some employees. You have your good employees. You have your bad employees. You just have to decipher between the two.
Right.
Keep pushing. You have to keep pushing.
Okay. Well, Fairystone sounds like a wonderful place to work, so just keep that in mind. This has been a very positive hour talking with you all and hearing what you have to say, Christy, being a female in the workforce. So if we don't have any other questions, I guess we will wrap this up. Again, our keyword for this session was headliners. So feel free to go back to the website and the exhibit hall and enter that word headliners. And thank you for participating with us today. Chris, thank you so much. But Christy, we greatly appreciate you taking your time out of the day and talking to us and letting us know how important it is, and your role is extremely important, but overall to females, to let them know that they can make a difference in the future, possibly working at Fairystone or whatever they choose to do. So
thank you for having me, and to any and everybody, we rock. We rock.
All right. Well, thank you for participating in Girls Take Over Tech. We appreciate it. Okay.
No problem. You're welcome.
All right. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.